Hello, you lovely people.
Hi.
Thanks for coming. Welcome all. If you look in on the right-hand side of your screen, you see there's a chat box. If you go to the chat box, can you give me a 1 in there if you can hear us loud and clear? Okay, lots of ones there. That's good.
Great.
Looks like everything's working okay. Now, this is new software for us, so we've been playing with it, but it's still like driving a new car. Still trying to work out what all the buttons do. The people that created the software have said that there is an issue with Windows computers and Chrome or Edge, and they've been recommending Firefox. The problem is, I think it's only certain issues of that browser. The screen will go blank and you might have to move your mouse. So if that happens to you, just if the screen goes blank, don't panic. Just wiggle your mouse a little bit. Give your mouse a little wiggle. Okay, let's see who's here. We've got 50, okay. All right, 58 people. Okay, I think there's a few more people registered, but we'll get started. It's 8 o'clock. So yeah, once again, thanks for everybody turning up. We know your time is valuable, and for some of you, the time is not that convenient. So if you are in the States or Canada, can you give us a 1 in the chat box? South Carolina, wow. 1 a.m. Wow. Well, that's
dedication.
That's dedication, Joanne. All right. Okay. So I know it's the middle of the night for you guys. So doubly appreciate. Oh, Tanya's from Palmerston North. That doesn't qualify as the States.
But anyway, hi, Tanya, and we're glad you're with us.
Well, yeah, we're welcome all. Welcome. So have we got anybody from England here? Give us a 1.
Oh, Nebraska.
Nebraska. Oh, great.
So,
we're excited to have you here, Joanne.
So.
All right. So England. Andrew Marston from England. The mother country. So, welcome.
So welcome to everybody. I kind of find that just saying to a few people is a bit exclusive, and I'm always the one left out. So if we don't say your names, it's not because we've not seen you or don't care. It's just that we can't say. We're saying hi to everybody, but not individually.
Great.
So hi to everybody individually. Oh, I'm excited.
We are excited. We're
supposed to be introducing ourselves now.
Oh yes, some people, most of you, I imagine, know who we are. But in case you don't, I am David Slinger. I'm part of Life Energy Designs here in Auckland, New Zealand.
And most of you know I'm Margie, and I'm the other half. And yeah, it's so great to be here with you. And thanks for being with us. And a lot of you, and see all your names, and you're very precious to us, and thanks for being on our journey. Some of you have been with us for 20 years, but whether you've been with us 20 years or you've been with us for 2 days, thank you.
Yes, indeed. So excitement. We're releasing the QSB Wave. It's now available for purchase on our website. I can't explain how excited we are to be releasing it. This has been given to us. It's not coming from us. It's coming through us, and we are proud and humbled to be its deliverers into the world, because the timing is right. There's a lot of people needing healing at this time. A lot of people have had their DNA altered by pharmaceuticals, without going into any more elaboration than that. You will know what I'm talking about. The QSB wave has the potential to reverse that DNA alteration. So it's here for everybody's healing, but I think that is a reason why, one of the main reasons why it's materializing at this time. I believe that the QSB was created for the wave because it takes it to a whole new dimension, and we're going to explain what it can do on this webinar, and hopefully, if we do our job properly, you'll end up as excited as we are. So just a little bit of an outline of what we're going to talk about. We're going to start off very briefly and get people on the same page to provide some context. And then I know there is probably some people here without a QSB. If you don't own a QSB, can you put a 0 in the chat box? Okay. One or two of you not got a QSB. So we will give you a brief outline of what the QSB is all about. So for those people, and a reminder for those people that have perhaps forgotten what they do. And then we're going to introduce the technology behind the wave, and then move on to the QSB wave and explain how it incorporates that technology and how it's different from the originator of the technology. One thing about this chat book, one thing is that because we can't see and hear you, it's good to get as much interaction going as possible, so that we know that you haven't fallen asleep. It'd be awful if we put you to sleep. So I'm going to activate some emojis there. So you see the little emojis. Hopefully you can see those. So you can have a play with those, and we'll know that you're there and awake. Okay, so we're going to. Oh, great. Yep. Okay. All happy emojis. Thumbs up. Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks for those. All right, I've got a PowerPoint for you now. We're going to go through that if this technology is working as it should. Okay, can we get a 1 if you can see the first slide with the QSB and the QSB wave? All right, that's good. Okay. So technology working okay. All right, so introducing the QSB wave, a younger you. So starting off, we're going to get all on the same page, and getting on the same page. If this is what you think we are as human beings, then this is not going to make an awful lot of sense. We need to move beyond the paradigm of looking at the body as basically a walking lump of meat, and look more towards an energetic perspective, that we are energetic systems swimming in an energetic sea. We're in a sea of energy. So you need at least to have an open mind to this idea, otherwise you might find this a little bit difficult to understand. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are on that page. From the quantum physics perspective, there is only 3 different things in the universe, and that is consciousness, that is the being, that is us and our creator. There is energy, and there is information in the form of frequency. And if you bring everything down to its fundamental level, that's all that you get left with. So I'm going to hand over to Margie now to talk a little bit about our health.
So a lot of you are going to know already what we're going to go through now, but what I'm going to go through now. But yeah, just bear with me, and it'll make us all be on the same page. So what makes us ill? Oh, I'm supposed to let David know when I want the congenital conditions. Genetics, stress. Now this includes toxins, EMF, relationships, work, money, lifestyle. Just about everything today is stressful. So stress is a big one there. Poor nutrition, again, the way that food is being grown and the way that it's marketed, we are not getting enough nutrition in our food. Unresolved trauma and emotions that are trapped in our energy field. Very few of us deal with the trauma or emotions at the time, and this is partly understandable, because if you've been in an accident or had a strong emotion, you're not thinking deal with it, and then we think we've got over it, get on with our lives, but actually that trauma or emotion is held in our energy field, and it reverberates into the physical if it's not resolved, and that is what makes us have a physical illness. Wear and tear, of course, with age, that brings on all sorts of illness, disease and conditions. So what is healing? So healing, true healing, is getting to the root cause of a dis-ease, removing those energy blocks and bringing our mind, body and spirit in alignment into homeostasis. So what prevents us from healing? We don't all heal at the same rate. We don't all heal. So the biggest and the foremost one and the most powerful thing is our minds. Our minds alone can heal us. If we've got a strong mind and a strong determination, we can overcome anything. Limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs can be anything that limits us going forward in our life, but the big one is not knowing that you're worthy to heal. That kind of sounds strange, but it's very true for a lot of people. Attachments. Again, this is something that people don't want to acknowledge. But again, it's a big thing that stops us from healing, because illness can become part of our identity. How often people say, well, how are you? And you go through a list of all the things that are wrong. It can become the person, you know, oh, that person is the person with the bad leg, or with asthma, or with any other condition, and they're identified with that, and what's more, they identify themselves with it, and for them it can become an energy source, because people oh, poor so and so, they can't live a normal life, whatever. So people hang on to that because it makes them different and it makes them important, and sadly it makes them have a victim mentality. And if somebody's like, poor me, they're not taking responsibility that they need that responsibility to heal themselves, because all healing is self-healing. Only we can heal ourselves. So not taking responsibility, as I've just said, is to heal yourself. All healing is self-healing. A lot of people, as we know, especially now, are opting for a quick fix. They don't want to work on getting to the cause of what's making them sick. They just want to mask the symptoms and to feel better enough to just get on with life the best way they can. But it doesn't actually heal the cause, the root cause. And so they're always going to have this dis-ease or illness. They're never, ever going to get well unless you actually get to the cause. You are not going to fix it.
Okay, moving on to the QSB. Before I do, there's something I forgot to tell you. Right next to the chat box, there's a box that says questions. If you click that, you can type something in there for us. And then we'll get to answering those at the end. So if a question comes up, and you can just put it in as the question comes into your mind, and as I said, we'll do that when we get to it. So the QSB, a lot of you got the QSB, one or two of you haven't. QSB stands for quantum scalar box. It is a derivative of Nikola Tesla's technology. He was working with scalar waves, and he was doing some healing work with scalar waves. A lot of that work has been lost, but it is pretty clear that he was working with them in that way. The QSB has within it a frequency generator. So it's generating some frequencies, which are then fed into scalar coils, which then radiate out into the room and affects anybody in the room. So the frequencies that we use are the solfeggio frequencies, and you can map those to all the individual energy centers through the body. And what the QSB is primarily doing is it's shaking these things up. It's shaking these energy centers up. These energy centers are where we hold a lot of our trauma, our unresolved trauma, our issues, and it shakes them up, and it makes it easier for us to remove them.
And of course, when these energy centers are blocked, it means that our energy is not flowing up and through our body. So it's working in two ways. You've got that blockage, but you've also not got the energy going to the other centers that you need. But I mean, a lot of people already know this because they know about balancing the chakras. Yeah.
So the QSB is getting to the roots of the issue. It's it'll obviously help with symptoms because the roots are gone, and then the weeds are gone. With the weeds being the illness or the issues. There is an upgrade that comes that we provide for the QSB that allows it to override the custom frequencies. The custom frequencies, as I said, are the solfeggio frequencies. They are a set of healing frequencies that have resurfaced, encoded within the Bible, and they have very powerful properties to help us to heal. With the upgrade, you can put in some different frequencies, and you can mix and match to create your own sequences. It also plugs you into a specific newsletter related to the QSB, and we have a forum where people can share ideas and ask questions and interact. Okay, so that's the QSB. We're now going to move on to the technology of wave genetics. Hopefully everybody's up with us so far. Wave genetics is a term that was coined by the inventor, Dr. Peter Gariaev. Got some thumbs up there. He deserves some thumbs up. He was a genius. I say was. He was lost to the world, I think, about 4 years ago. So he's a Russian scientist, or was a Russian scientist, and he made some pretty amazing discoveries, which were the root of his healing technology. he did an experiment which is mind-blowing in its his implications. He shone a laser beam through a salamander embryo through into a frog embryo, and those frog embryos turned into adult salamanders. So what he had proved was that the information that made the salamander was somehow around the embryo, and shining a laser through it picked up that information and transferred it across to the frog embryo. And so it overwrote the information of the frog embryo and turned it into a salamander. So that's a pretty profound thing to discover. So he determined that the information to make our bodies and to heal our bodies was actually stored within our energy field, not in the DNA itself. So the body is accessing this information in the field when it needs to repair, needs to to heal itself. Kind of like our computers access information in the cloud. So the cloud being our energy field and the DNA being kind of like a computer. And this DNA information, this information within the field, degrades over time. And we know why it degrades. It degrades because of the toxic food, the EMF, the stress. All those good things have a wear and tear effect on our blueprint. So if you have an access to the original copy, then you can overwrite the defective copy. So like with the salamander and the frog, if you have access to the salamander information, you can overwrite the frog information. And Gariaev discovered that a baby's photo contains that information embedded with it. Now, that might seem a bit left field for some people, but people have been using photos to make connections and extract information for a long time. But he discovered that using laser equipment, he could scan these photos and extract information from it. Now, I don't understand how he does that. I suspect there's only very few people on the planet that know how he does that. It's still being done in his establishment in Russia, and you can still access these SAN files. And then playing those SAN files to the adult, it provides that information for our healing mechanism, the intelligence within our beings, to then start to overwrite that faulty DNA, that faulty degraded information. So he made, or you can get some generic SAN files, which he's made up using remedies by taking the information from herbs and minerals and crystals and what have you. And I'll give you a sample of what that sounds like. So that is pretty much what, if you got an individual sound file for yourself, this is pretty much what it would sound like. And you would listen to that daily to provide that information to your body. So using this technology, he's had some amazing results. He's had anti-aging results. Now, he reckoned that we couldn't age backwards any faster than we can go forwards, than we can age forwards. I'm not so sure about that. And I know he had some interesting results. He had 60 and 70-year-old women that restarted their menstrual cycles. So that would be that, you know, that was defying that idea. If you have some kind of congenital condition, you can use the photograph of a healthy sibling. There's also some other photos you can use. We'll explain in a minute, but you could use a healthy sibling's photo, create a SAM file, and then present that to the sibling with congenital condition. In this way, he's been able to reverse autism symptoms, Down syndrome, cystic fibrosis. He's had great results with cancer, diabetes, accelerated healing of the spine, and a lot of other things. I've gone into his Russian site and translated some of the testimonials to get some idea, and they are available on our website if you're interested to have a look at those. Now, when I read this information, I got excited because a light bulb went off in me, and it's like, yes, we can do this. We can not only make this more widely available with the help of the QSB, but we can improve upon it. And this is the QSB Wave. We're going to introduce it now. So the QSB Wave is this thing here with a photograph on the top. We've got one here, which once we finish the slideshow, we'll hold one up to the camera. You can have a good look at it. And it is designed that it will sit underneath the QSB. It will stack neatly on there. You can put photographs in between the two if you like. If you whatever you're using is a little bit bulky, then you can use it in a side-by-side formation like this. So to understand what it's doing, probably a good way to do that is to compare it with what Gariaev was doing. So Gariaev's technology uses proprietary laser scanning equipment to scan photographs. He stipulates that one photograph, one person needs to be in the photograph. The QSB Wave uses an energetic plate with our technology, energy moving technology underneath to help that interaction with the plate to collect the information from the photograph. It doesn't matter how many people are on that photograph, because the body has the intelligence to be able to pick out what it needs. It's kind of like, you know, if you've got tipped a packet of M&Ms out in front of you and there was one red one, you know straight away you got to go and pick up the red one. That's the one I need. That's the one I like. And it works the same way, except it's all subconsciously being done by our higher selves. Elizabeth saying he's using it for a cataract and got rid of the lump on the neck from dowsed frequencies. Great. That's great. Thanks for sharing that, Elizabeth. So Gariaev's technology embeds information into a sound file. The QSB transits information to the room. It uses scalar waves. Scalar waves are more powerful than sound. Sound interacts physically with the body and then reverberates up through our emotional and mental bodies. But scalar waves are vibrating the field. We are like fish made of water that are swimming in water. So you vibrate the water, everything is vibrating, sort of, and that's our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body. So wherever the issue is, it's been getting full power. So scalar waves, thanks to the QSB. So the DNA information with Gariaev's technology is supplied via audio equipment. You play it on your stereo. There's a potential for long wait times. There is an outfit in the UK that is providing this service, but they are sending the photographs to Russia and then forwarding in from them. So it can be a lengthy process. The difference with the QSB Wave is that it's instantaneous. If you have a baby photo and you have somebody that wants to have a healing session, you've got all that you need there and then. So plug it in and go. The individual audio files are quite costly, and they work for one person. Well, I say one person. If you have if your sibling is there, they would work for two people. And the QSB Wave is virtually a zero setup cost per client, per person. There's no cost, extra cost involved once you've got the equipment. Healing remotely, which we're going to talk about in details in a little bit, is restricted to an individual receiving a custom audio file. So it's the file is obviously coming to you. As I said, it's only good for you or a sibling. And with the QSB Wave, you can remotely heal multiple recipients at the same time. Yeah, so one person healing at a time with Gariaev's technology, and you can heal a room full or give people a session in a room. When we started out to demonstrate the QSB, we had 20 people around a QSB. If you had a big enough room, you could get more people than that. About 1,600 New Zealand dollars per individual sound file with Gariaev's technology, and you could sell this service to yourself to infinite number of people for the one-time cost. So there is a business potential here to help us get this technology, get this healing out there. If somebody is interested, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But that's the potential there. It uses 528 hertz as a carrier wave. 528 hertz is the frequency of transformation and miracles. It's the frequency of DNA repair. And DNA has been repaired using this frequency, exposing it using sound to exposing a Petri dish, broken DNA in a Petri dish, played the 528 and it healed. And it's also the frequency of love. So obviously that is the frequency that the QSB Wave transmits. And the way that it works is you put your photograph or other things, you can put other things on there as well. We'll explain in a minute on there. And then as soon as it's plugged in, the QSB Wave will start to transmit the 528 hertz, and is connected within the energetic plate. So the energetic plate is extracting the information from that photograph, and then that is being transmitted to the QSB, which then radiates it out into the room. So one question people are likely to ask is, what picture can you use? If you've got a baby photo of yourself and you are a healthy baby, you can obviously you'll use yours. If you have a congenital condition, you had some kind of condition you were born with, but your sibling was born healthy, then you can use that sibling's photo in the same way you can use a nephew or a niece. There has to be the sibling obviously has to be a full sibling. The nephew or niece has to be the child of that full sibling. If you have a child and or a grandchild, you can use their baby photos, because they need to have, the photo needs to have the information from your mother and father's DNA. So even if you didn't have all those things, but you had a baby photo of your mother and a baby photo of your father, you could put those on, and that would work as well. And the photo should be as young as possible. A baby, if possible, a toddler would work as well, and they should be completely healthy. So all those photos you can use to treat yourself. So we are obviously early in the game, but we have some beta testers that have been working with it. We've got Elizabeth here with us tonight, and she is a very keen user of the QSB Wave, and she's been working with it on herself and other people. And she says, I've been privileged to try the QSB Wave before its release. As well as sitting with the QSB Wave, I put a crystal water bowl next to it, so again I can sip the frequencies during the day. Now this is a very interesting thing, a very interesting benefit. You can put water next to the QSB and have that information embedded within the water. So then you're not only getting the frequencies directly, but you can take it later as a remedy. She used a crystal water bottle, which has our technology in it to add another element of energy. But you could do that with a glass or a bottle. So she was working with a friend that had major bowel surgery. She had 19 sessions which time she commented on how much calmer she felt and less apprehensive. The bowel condition was less severe and her aches and pains were improved. She said she feels years younger. And it works on animals as well, just like the QSB will work on animals. You can use puppy and kitten photos to treat your cats and your dogs respectively. But just being in the presence of the QSB Wave, a cat calmed down and from being very skitty to being able to be cuddled. And she's revealed her age to us, and she's 83 and she feels like 63 on the whole. So
David, can I just say that somebody said Cassandra, the sound's cutting in and out. Is it for just her or everybody?
Okay, we just do a sound check for everybody. If it's okay, all fine here. Okay, all right, Cassandra, I think the problem might be at your end. So maybe check your equipment at your end. Okay.
And I'm not ignoring that we've had comments from other people, but we'll do it. We'll do all those together after David.
Yeah, I see some people have put some questions in the comments or in the chat, but we'll see if we can fish those out later. Okay, so Triana Daly from Green Goddess. Some people in New Zealand might be familiar with Green Goddess. They sell natural cleaning products and health products and beauty products. She got hold of one, and she said, the first time I used it, I noticed a slight detox effect. I felt emotional. This emotional release is certainly a potential from healing, and had some sort of release. I felt quite tired, but all okay after a good night's sleep. The times after that felt peaceful and energized, like my cells were repairing. Well, they probably were. They were using that new information to repair themselves. Last week, I had a tummy bug and found that using the QSB Wave lessened the effects of my headache and aches and pains. In general, it made me feel happy, lighter, and even a bit younger. I've been using it with my baby picture and would very much like to continue using it when you have made them available. I feel like using it consistently over time is of great benefit. Okay, so that wraps up the wave genetics part of it. We're calling what we're doing as quantum wave genetics to distinguish it from Gariaev's work. But there are far more possibilities with having the QSB wave connected to your QSB. Because basically, whatever you put on that energetic plate, the information from it, the energetic vibrational information from it, is going to be broadcast out of the QSB. And that opens up some pretty interesting possibilities. You could put herbs on there, for example. You could put a herbal remedy. So once they're on there, you're getting, and it's running, you're getting the benefit from those frequencies without ingesting them. But you can also put a glass of water next to your QSB, and you can make yourself another herbal remedy. You can make homeopathic remedies. You can put homeopathic remedies on there. You can treat yourself with scalar waves with the same frequencies, and you can even duplicate those. Essential oils, you can't usually consume those, but you can benefit from their vibration by transmitting them through this. Some of you will have heard of color therapy. Color therapy is about using the frequency of color to help us to heal. There are one or two color therapists here in New Zealand. I'm sure they exist around the world. They use swatches of colored wool. If that was something you wanted to explore, you could put that colored wool on the plate and give yourself some color therapy. Minerals, crystals, obviously, and foods. I know that's something that Elizabeth is exploring. She's making herself a nutritional drink by putting frequencies of food into water. And if she's, I mean, everybody, I'm sure everybody knows that you can heal yourself by using foods, but sometimes it's quite hard to be able to consume all those foods, hard and expensive. But you can make yourself or Elizabeth, even my breakfast smoothie. Okay. All right. And I'm sure this list is not exhaustive. Some people will have thought of some other things that you could put on there.
So, sorry, just before we go into this, one or two other people are having a bit of difficulty with the sound cutting in and out. So can we reassure people that they can watch this afterwards if they've had difficulty?
Yeah, if you've missed,
make it available. If
you've missed anything because of your sound cutting out, then there will be a replay. So, but I mean, hopefully it picks up. Yeah. Okay, quantum entanglement. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. He thought it was a really spooky thing, and it is. It's hard to get your head around it. When you start to go look at quantum physics, it can be a bit mind-boggling. But this is something that's been used very practically, and is the root behind healing at a distance, remote healing. So when two particles are quantum entangled, it means that whatever you do to one, you simultaneously do to the other, no matter how far apart they are. So you could take one particle to the other side of the universe and do something, vibrate it, and the entangled particle will vibrate instantaneously on the other side. So there's an instantaneous connection between two quantum entangled items. And our DNA, current DNA, is like your energetic email address. So if somebody wants to send something to you, you can use your DNA to quantum entangle with you and send that information or that healing. So it's entangled with you. And that is the basis behind remote healing. So I'm sure there's one or two people here that think, well, remote healing don't really quite get that. There's some solid science behind it. In fact, the science of quantum entanglement is what they're using in satellites to communicate with ground stations. So they've got quantum entangled particles. They vibrate the one in the satellite with some information, and the ground station picks that up and vibrates in harmony with it. And of course, that is unhackable. So this technology is being used practically. So remote healing. If you have a QSB and a QSB Wave, you are set up to remotely heal anybody. Now this is really Elizabeth's baby. I mean, Elizabeth has been getting ideas come left, right, and center, and I was like, we're struggling to keep up with her. But it's really exciting what she's working out, and she's not only worked this out, but she's doing it now. She's doing it now and remotely healing some of her friends. So if you look at this picture here, you've got the QSB Wave with some photographs on it. Now, going back to the M&M's analogy, you can have quite a few photographs on there, 50 or more, and all that information will get picked up and relayed into the QSB. Now, the QSB, you can see, is flipped up. Some people would consider that upside down, but it is designed to sit both ways. The coils in this picture are at the bottom, so that's an ideal place for radiating out to these little plastic dishes at the side, which have little baggies. Okay, we're just showing. Oh fuck, we've lost. Are we back? Political lobby, they're trying to
You're back
shut
with
us
no
down.
sound. You've gone black with no sound. Are we okay now?
Can you hear us now?
You back?
We're back. Can you hear us?
Are
Yes,
we
all good.
alive? Are we alive?
We're still alive. Yes. Okay. So
sorry about that.
a technical hitch. Okay, but let me reshare that. Okay, everybody see the slideshow again? Yeah, one. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so where was I? So I'll just recap a little bit because I don't know when I dropped out. So you can put 50 or more photographs on there. All that information is being picked up by the QSB Wave, transmitted through the QSB, which is flipped the other way up, so that the coils are radiating out into these plastic containers. In these plastic containers are some little baggies with labels on containing nail clippings or hair samples of the people being remotely healed. So that's how easy it is.
So does that answer your question, Joanne? There's the nail clippings and hair samples in those little things, those little pots at the side. Yeah.
Okay. You could use photographs here as well, current photographs. You could make the connection that way, but it just might be, in terms of space and setting it up might be more complicated. But this setup, as you can see, how easy it is. Straight away, you can, and you basically all you need to do is put the photographs on, set that up, switch it on. You could go and make a cup of tea or watch television or whatever. You don't actually have to be physically involved with it beyond that.
Exciting. Watch TV or have a cup of tea.
You can have a cup of tea. You can have a cup of tea whilst you're healing all these people. So this opens up some exciting possibilities. Can I have a 1 in the chat box for anybody that's involved in helping people on their healing journeys at the moment? Who's involved in the healing business? Okay, I thought we got quite a few here. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Can I have a 2 if you can see straight away how you could add that to your business? Yeah. Great. So anybody that's in the business of healing, you can if you've got a big enough space, you can do it directly, or you can open it up to heal anybody anywhere in the world using this remote setup. So we can't do this ourselves, but because we need help. I mean, there's 4 of us at Life Energy Designs. We can provide the equipment, and then you can offer, as a suggestion, you can offer free or paid remote healing, and you could help us get the QSB Waves out as an affiliate, and make some money that way, or so you could charge for a session. There's a few different possibilities. We are working with Elizabeth to put together some resources to help you do that. Some forms, some videos, we'll be doing more webinars. We can make those webinars available to your potential clients. Whatever you need, we can help, work with you so that you can grow your own business in this way. We're going to do a webinar. We're going to do a webinar for this on its own. So if this is something that interests you, we'll get in touch with you, or you can get in touch with us, and we'll set up a webinar, and we can talk about what we can do together, how we can work together, and how we can heal lots of people.
So Tatiana says she's been fortunate to have a QSB release, a pre-release QSB, and using it by itself and with Bowen therapy. So thanks for telling us that, Tatiana. And Kate says she's got 90 horses too. So presumably
that's a lot of horses.
Kate, you're going to give those all remote healing. So yeah.
Animals tend to respond really well. They don't tend to have all the blocks that we do in terms of healing. Animals and babies, they have got no reasoning to try and convince themselves why it shouldn't work. It just works. So you can see the potential.
And kind of sorry, because there's been lots of lovely comments that have been coming through, and it's lovely to hear from you, but I haven't been able to read them all out because it just breaks the flow, and we're kind of new at this. And there's lots of questions. So do you want the questions putting in the question box so that we don't miss any?
Well, let's see what we've got. Let's click in the question box and see what we've got. Oh.
But the people have been putting them in the comments box, so we'll be able to sift them out.
Okay, our questions box is, for some reason, is not working. So, hang on. Oh yes, we've accessing the questions. Okay, so we'll go through the questions first in the question box, and then we'll go.
So do you want people to put the? Sorry, I've got to confer. Do you want people to put the questions
in the question box.
In the question box, so that they don't get missed out of the chat box.
But we'll scan the chat box as well, make sure that we picked up everything. So taking it from the top, we've got one from Tracy. Yes, that's right. The clippings are the one end of the quantum entanglement, and the body is the other. So if the person giving the remote healing has got the nail clippings, then that energy and frequency is coming to you, which is entangled with your DNA. Ruth, okay, well, we knew we were going to get this question.
We've had loads and loads.
Yeah.
The same question.
The EES system, they've got some serious money behind their marketing. We are in an age now when we're moving from pharmaceuticals, from chemistry to physics, to vibrational healing. I mean, we've had quantum physics for ages, but been stuck with the Newtonian physics because there's a lot of money invested there, obviously. So if you're assessing a device or some technology, you're looking for a couple of things. If it's going to be useful at all, it's going to be providing energy in a way that your body can assimilate, and it's going to be providing frequency information that your body can use to help it heal itself. In terms of the EES, I have no idea how it works. I have no idea what frequencies it's using. I've heard people that have had good experience with it. I am certainly not going to run it down. But what I will say about the QSB Wave is that it's providing you with specific information for you. Those frequencies that it's providing, nobody else is doing that. So it's taking that blueprint information from your baby photo and providing that to you. So, I mean, that's a big point of difference. The price is also another big point of difference. Our QSB and QSB Wave works out quite a bit cheaper. And that partly is because we haven't got Tony Robbins working with us to promote it. They must have a massive marketing budget. So you're dealing with a small company. We want to get this technology out there. We've done the best that we can to make it affordable to as many people as we can. So
and that for me is a big comparison, because we are a small company. You've got access to us. We do what we do. We haven't got all the overheads of a big company, but we don't do the marketing. So you're getting this EES system is everywhere, and it's on everybody's lips because they have got a massive marketing budget. And of course, at the end of the day, who's paying for that marketing budget but the purchaser? And that's like all things. But we work differently because we're just us, and we're passionate about what we do, and we want to get it out to people, and we cost it so that we're never going to get mega rich, but we don't want to do that, but we want to benefit people's lives. So do your research, always, because we are asked to compare a lot. And I always say, do your research, look at how they're marketing it. Don't be fooled by words that you don't understand, because why are they using them? Why aren't they telling you exactly what the technology is and what it's doing and how it works? Because you're intelligent people, you know, you're not going to be spending $40,000 or $12,000 or whatever without being sure that what you get is what they're saying. So do your research. Unless we've tried anything, we really can't give an opinion on it. But it's like when people ask us about, well, what's this compared with yours? It's like saying, well, you've got a baby and next doors have got a baby. Whose baby's better? Well, our baby's better. It's going to be, because it's our baby.
So Gail is asking how many times a day. Once a day. What length of time? Go with your instincts. I mean, I would say probably an hour a day. I personally run one overnight, so I'm getting quite good exposure. But I mean, that's something that could be an individual thing, and you can work that out as you go along. If the people that know how to douse, that would be a good thing to be able to douse on. Are photos enough, or do you require hair or nails? That was asked by Lee. No, photos work fine. You can use, if you've got baby DNA, baby nail clippings or baby hair, you could use that. I mean, you might not have your own, but if you've got a child or a grandchild, you could use some DNA samples from them. Tracy, yep, we've answered that one. Infinite Health. Do the photographs need to be of the people you have hair or nail clippings from? Yes, they do. If you're giving remote healing, then the photograph on the plate would need to be follow the same rules. It'd have to be from their baby photo or a sibling's baby photo. Yeah.
So what about the hair or nail clippings? Could you have those from a sibling if you use?
Yes. Yeah. Same thing. The same thing applies to the DNA samples. Does the photo have to be original, or will a copy suffice? A copy will suffice. In fact, if you work with the Russian, setup, they work with JPEGs. I personally have doused a photo whereby light has either shone directly on the plate to make the photograph, as in one of these Instamatic photographs, or through a negative. That would work slightly better, but you could use a JPEG that's been printed out and put on the plate. Ewan is asking if second webinar is the same as this one. Yep, the Sunday webinar will be basically a repeat of this. Obviously, we'll get some different people and different questions, but the information will be the same. Manuel is asking, how does it extract the information in the photo? No, our technology is completely different. I don't understand how the laser technology works, and as I say, I don't think there'll be probably many people on the planet that do, and there certainly aren't many. There's not many instances of that equipment set up on the planet, and they're probably all in Russia. Now, this is using a completely different means to extract the information. No, as far as is reversing the effects of the vax, no, we haven't got any concrete data. No, we've not tested it. We work backwards, and that is we're given the information as to what we need to create. We get it out there, and then we're on a part of that learning curve as to finding out exactly what it can do. We have been intuitively told that this is what it will do, but I mean, we can't standing and say we've got this scientific proof. Hopefully, most of the people on this webinar will understand a bit about us and our integrity, and would want to try it out. We would back it with our guarantee that we back all our products, the 30-day no questions guaranteed. So within that 30 days, you will know that it's doing something useful. As far as people's DNA that's been damaged and reversing that process, well, obviously we're going to need access to some serious testing equipment to do that. That is something that likely we'll be able to do along the way, but it's not something that we've done at this stage.
But we do know that DNA is repaired by that frequency. So logic tells people that, and in the absence of any other form of helping people, why wouldn't it work?
Yeah, I mean, 528 on its own is a pretty useful frequency for healing DNA. And if you've got access to your blueprint and it's being overwriting anything that's not true to who you are, there's alien DNA, it's going to want to overwrite that. It's because you don't forget, it's the QSB wave's not doing the healing, it's you that's doing the healing with the help of the information that's coming from the QSB wave. It's always you, and you as a being want to be complete and whole. And if something that's been done to you that goes against that, then you're looking for your higher self looking for ways to fix it. And I personally 100% sure that the QSB wave will do that. But
yeah. And there was a comment earlier, I think it was from Joanne, who said your intent. That was a comment, but yeah, your intent is everything in it. You have the intent to heal, you will heal.
So Emmanuel's also said, have you been able to test that the frequencies emitting with the wave and photo are charged with different information than the QSB itself on the solfeggio? We don't have any test equipment to be able to detect that. We can detect it with our bodies. We can use muscle testing and dowsing, so we know that to be the case. But we don't have any technical equipment. Yeah.
But the solfeggio frequencies in the QSB are like disabled, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's in exactly the same way as if you're running with your app, running a custom frequency. It disables the solfeggio frequencies. So the wave disables the solfeggio frequencies. I mean, this is not a testing thing. This is an electrical a setup, isn't it?
Yeah. So as soon as you plug the QSB into the wave, the frequencies in the QSB wave are overriding what would normally be coming out of the QSB.
So that's electronics, really, just electronics.
So Ewan is asking, yeah, the two machines, yeah. So you can look at the QSB wave as an accessory for the QSB. You need a QSB for the QSB wave to work. We've got some more questions at the top, which was good. So Lee's asked, doesn't need to be of the whole body, but it does need to be of the face. The face needs to be included. I have a QSB. Can I buy the wave attachment, and how much is it? And thank you for the information and research integrity. Yes, you can buy the QSB wave on its own. I'm going to be sending out. In fact, I'll send out now. I don't know whether you can see those. I've sent out a couple of files. I don't know how they're received at your end, but they should be showing up in the box marked apps. So if you go to the apps and click download, the QSB, there's a Word document with the link to the product and the information of your the discount code that we promised you, and also there's some hang on, should be some music. Let me put the music in there. I promise you some music, and I'll put that in there so you can download that. But don't worry if you don't receive it. there's an email that will come to you after the event, which has all this information on, and your download link for the music. That's not loaded up, but I'll check that in a second. Okay, so yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm going a bit out of order. I'm still getting used to how this thing works. Is it possible to treat a client by creating a remedy and send it remotely? Absolutely. People's minds are starting to work as to the possibilities. For example, herbs, essential oils with their photo sending via the scalar frequency. Absolutely. I see from the information you create a remedy in person, they can take it home. Thanks so much. Yes, you could give somebody a treatment in the room. Whilst you're giving them a treatment, water, drop a bottle with water next to the QSB, and they can take that home, and then they can take it in between maybe having another session with you.
What's your personal experience?
All right. Okay.
Yeah. We were going to add this with the testimonials and we forgot. Sorry. Yes.
So it's good that you answered the question,
Yeah.
Tatiana. Do you want to go first?
Well, I can. Yeah. So, first of all, my regular blood tests. So I have regular blood tests because I've got some damage from pharmaceutical drugs that I took before I knew any better. And these have showed a remarkable improvement. So that's a big one for me. I have a busy lifestyle. I'm not a kid anymore, although I feel like one. And my energy levels are definitely up, and I very rarely have to go, to get like 3 o'clock and I have to have a power nap. I'm more supple, those age-related morning, don't want to get out of bed kind of things. And then when you get up, are pretty much gone. And aches and pains around fractures, gone completely. I've got sun damaged skin, again from abuse when I was young and used to lay in the sun. And I have had to have quite a lot of treatment on it and checkups every 6 months. And now my skin specialist said, well, your skin is absolutely wonderful and you need only come every 12 months. So that they are great indicators for me. I'm working on the wrinkles, but we're getting there.
Yeah, well, I just recently had a blood test and it was perfect. I'm 61 years of age, and my results were that of somebody much younger. And I will admit to having a condition, or had a condition that a lot of older men, real men, not people that identify as men, can have, and that is passing water. It can get a little bit blocked, as you may be aware. There's some people laughing at me there. You can see with the emojis. So my flow was not, my flow was not flowing as it should. Since I've been using the QSB Wave, you'd be pleased to know I am flowing nicely. So, flowing nicely, yes. Right. So, is it possible to? Yeah. So we've got that. We've done that one. Okay. Bernadette asking if you have no baby photos or sibling photos. If you've got children or grandchildren, you could use those. Niece or nephew. Hopefully there's some member of the family. If you really haven't got access to any of that, then you'd be limited to making yourself remedies. If exposing yourself to lots of different. If you were doing this as a treatment, there's a good chance that there will be people out there that have DNA which be useful to you. So, you know, the old red M&Ms analogy. You know, they could be somebody that's having a treatment and they've got some DNA information that you can use because there may be a distant relative that's got your mother and father's DNA or some similar DNA, so that there is a possibility.
So Gail's got a question.
The hair and nail clippings, this Gail Worthington, do you put in an envelope or a small practice bag? It doesn't really matter what you put. So you just need to put them so that they're separated out from anybody else's, and you can put them in and take them out. So a little plastic bag would work fine.
If you're only dealing with one person, then you don't need to put them in anything really, except your little dish. But if you've got several people in one of those little dishes, then if you've got some little Ziplocs and with their name on. Stephanie says,
does the photo need to be in color? No, absolutely not. It can be black and white. Does it matter how old the nail clippings or hair samples are? That is a question I would need to douse on. I mean, there might be a case where the sample is perhaps too old to be viable. But I mean, I would think that the fresher the better. But I don't have an answer to that. But I mean, if I was going to ask that question, I would douse on it, and I'm sure that we could help you work that out if you need it. Does it override or block interference by, say, 5G? No, it's not. It's not an EMF protection device. It's a device to help you heal. We've asked that, Ruth. We've answered that one. Yeah. Copy suffice. Okay, I was just bear with me here. I'm scanning through some photos. Sorry, not the photos. Questions. Yeah, Tracy's asking recommended period for one session. I would say an hour. You might want to do it longer. You might want to do it less. You can run it overnight. I run it overnight. Still struggling to see how an info can be extracted from a photo. Can you speak to this further, please? Maybe down to intent. No, well, this is all about entanglement. When a photograph is taken, the light is reflected off of you, and it gets entangled with the photograph. That's as much as I understand. I understand that it works. It wouldn't be so long ago when I would have been scratching my head as to how it might work. But I mean, Gariaev has been doing this for was doing this for some time.
Well, still doing it. Not him personally, but they are still.
How does it compare to the wand? I'm not familiar with the wand, so I can't say. But again, what frequencies, what energy is it presenting to you? What frequencies is it presenting to you, and how useful are they? I mean, those are the questions I would be asking. But I haven't researched that, and I certainly haven't tested it. Does the person you're healing have to be in the room with the QSB? No, they can be treated remotely, as per the slide with the nail samples, DNA samples around it. So if you have a QSB, then baby photo info doesn't need to go anywhere else. Not sure I understand that question, Ewan. Do you understand what Ewan's asking there?
Well, you've got to have a QSB and a QSB Wave, so you can't use the the photograph on the QSB. The QSB on its own does a different job. You don't. That is working on you directly. It's doing a different job. It's not the wave needs a photograph because it's taking you back. It's repairing your DNA. It's doing a completely different job than the QSB on its own. So that's what I kind of take that you mean, Ewan. If you don't, then can you type it in and let us know?
Jackie asking, can we use the quantum wave to work remotely? Yes, we've explained that one. If I have one of the first released QSBs, 6 years old or now, is it still as powerful as when it came out? Absolutely. There's been no major change. So it'll work with the QSB Wave, and it's working fine. Can you work remotely with a client if they provide a photo? Yes, you'll need their baby photo, and you will need some current DNA, some nail clippings, or as I said, you could use a current photograph as well. An older doc, Stephanie, is asking about a dog. Yes, if you have puppy photos, put the puppy photos on and then let the dog sit near the QSB. All you need to do. Does the baby photo get emailed to Gariaev? Ewan's asking. Yes, I believe that's what happens. Or his team, not Gariaev himself. You'd have to have an interdimensional email service because he's moved on. Yvonne is asking.
But Ewan, with the wave, the photograph doesn't go to.
No, Ewan is obviously asking about wave genetics and using the Russian service.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Yvonne's asking, if frogs can develop into salamanders, why would you need a photo of either yourself or family member for use in the device instead of a baby photo of someone unrelated, someone with better DNA? So if I wanted to look like Arnie Schwarzenegger, because I'm you know what?
No, but you look better.
Oh well, yeah, of course you have to say that. So if I want to look like Arnie Schwarzenegger, because I get Arnie's baby photo and put them on, and I come out looking all bulked up. I don't think it works like that. It's your higher self knows what works. I mean, that's why does a body reject a heart transplant? Because it knows it doesn't belong. Yeah. It will be the same with DNA. So
I think Yvonne's question is a bit tongue in cheek anyway. I think she's
put a smiley at the bottom, so maybe she was joking. How do we access the newsletter? If you buy a QSB Wave, we will plug you into the newsletter. We will plug you into the forum as well, so you could it will be automatic. What is the app, as I've misplaced? Okay, Tracy, if you want to send us an email, we can sort you out with a link to the app. Can you remind us how to customize frequencies? Well, you need an app. These are freely available on iOS and Android. So you just download those and you'll get, if you've got an upgrade kit, that you'll have the cable and the instructions to do that. How does the QSB clear blocks? Okay, well, I'll give you an analogy. Let's say that the stuff that's bothering you, that ails you, is like weeds in your garden. You're a garden and it's full of weeds, yeah? And the soil in your garden is compacted. It's clay soil, it's had the sun on it, and those weeds are like locked in place. So what the QSB does is it vibrates your garden, causes some liquefaction, and then your higher self, you're the one doing the healing, can then remove those weeds, yeah? But you have to be on board with that process. That's why healing results will always vary between, whatever healing modality is going to vary from one person to another. If person is ready to heal, ready to go, their intent is lined up, then you're ready to pull out the weeds. So the QSB shakes things up with the frequencies, the solfeggio frequencies that are tied to those energy centers, and then that shakes and release, helps to shake and release them. What Yvonne's asking, what are the scalar coils and how do they work? This a scalar coil, I'll give you the trade secret, is two coils that are working together. They're at right angles to each other. When you put a frequency in a coil, it creates an electromagnetic field. If you put that frequency through a coil that's perpendicular to it, the two cancel each other out, and you're left with the scalar wave, which is vibration in the etheric field. And
the coils that we use are unique to us.
Yeah, we get them made specially.
No, but you design them.
Yeah, I designed them, or they came through me anyway.
He's very humble.
Can this help to heal the higher self if required? Yes, it's going to help on all levels. There's one thing that we've doubted, this might be going a little bit too far for some people, but you can help heal your ancestors. Yeah, this is a whole subject in its own, on its own, and we could be talking about this all night. But I mean, we are carrying the pains and the traumas of our grandparents, our great grandparents, whatever. You can heal those people directly. If you have a baby photo of them, then you can send out that healing energy to them, that specific information. So that's one of the possibilities. Tatiana's asking, if you use a photo of my child due to the DNA, would anybody be healing in proximity and remotely who shares the same DNA? Yes, absolutely they would. So automatically sending to my family overseas like that, yes. If you had their current DNA samples, you could be remotely healing them in that way. Yes, absolutely. The photos need to have your parents' DNA, your father, your mother, and that obviously is passed down through you to your children. It's your sibling and your nieces and nephews. So as long as that information is there, you're good to go. Can I use my calming medicine for anxiety? Yes, you could certainly make remedies for your own personal frequencies put that into water and take that. You could also use calming herbs. Let's say, I know like Margie is allergic to valerian, isn't it? Mm. But probably not allergic to the vibration of valerian. So you can make she could make a homeopathic remedy that included valerian.
You haven't said that one
yet. Infinite health. How far does healing radius of the scalar frequencies reach when in physical room? We say, I mean, scalar waves keep going and going, but to really benefit, you want to be within 2 or 3 meters from it. And there's no volume control or power control on the QSB, so you can move further and further away and closer to determine how strong that energy is. Does the mechanism of the photo then allow for quantum entanglement and therefore allow healing at any distance? Yes. Could you do remote healing with a person on a Zoom call? Yes, you could. Ideally, you'd have the sample of their DNA and you'd have their photograph, their baby photo. But yes, you could connect with them on a Zoom call as well. That might strengthen the connection. How does this interact with the energetics of homeopathic remedies? Well, you can transmit them into the room. It will pick up, if you put them on the plate, the QSB Wave is the receiving plate, the QSB is the transmitter. So you can transmit those into the room, or you could transmit them into another bottle. You could actually recreate in a bottle or combine them. Is it possible to treat a client by creating Rabbit and sending it remotely? Yes, I think we've answered this one. Yeah, we've answered that one. Okay, I think we're going back to the top. I had someone ask me a question who was concerned. Can you do harm to someone with negative intention with this new technology? No. Well, I say no. I mean, you're transmitting energy to them. It's designed to transmit 528 hertz. I mean.
Well, the way I see it is you're not transmitting your intent, are you? You're transmitting on a frequency.
Yeah.
It's not your intent.
But don't forget, the person that's receiving this needs to be on board with the process.
It's their intent.
It's their intent that matters. And if you were sending something, just like you could say that we are all connected because we're all swimming in the same energetic soup. So, and if you think about somebody and you're sending negative thoughts to that person, then theoretically you can harm them. But if the person is of a higher vibration or not responsive to that, then they would block it. So that would work in the same way. Yeah,
and that this technology it's not designed for that. It wouldn't work like that.
Yeah. So she said, my feelings is that it works with intention, work with the highest intention only. I believe that you're right, Lisa. Yeah. Melinda, I have a baby photo when born with both my parents in it. Can I use that? Yes. My baby photo, I don't actually have access to many of my baby photos. The photo I'm using has my parents in it. And just like I said, you could put 50 photos and treat everybody remotely. It's that M&M example. It would be transmitting the information of your parents out into the room, but you would be taking just what you need. Elizabeth, that's a good question. Would their permission be required or told what is happening? Ideally, yes, they really need to be involved because it's you can't override somebody's own healing journey.
And they need to be involved.
Yeah, they need to be involved. They need to be on board with it. And if their intent is aligned, then it's going to be all the more powerful. I believe if you're treating a child, then you can connect with their higher selves and ask that question whether it's okay to do it. For healing ancestors, you just need a photograph. You just need a baby photograph. I think we've gone all the way around this to Carolyn Smith. Hi, Carolyn. I have genetic deafness and my sister has asthma. I can't use either photo in that case. And how do I know that the photo I use, the genes are healthy? Well, I don't know whether you dowse, Carolyn, but I would ask that question of a pendulum, or if you don't dowse, get somebody to ask that question of it. Yeah, I don't know if you can look through that list of photos that you could use, maybe your child's photo that didn't have that deafness or that asthma, you could use that instead. Lanal, if you're sending that information out with the QSB, you are vibrating the field. And these, if your ancestors wanted that healing, they would be in the room with you. So you wouldn't need to worry about that.
So you haven't read the question yet.
Sorry, yeah. So Lenel's asked, if you need DNA or clippings, etc., how does healing work with dead parents? If you only have the photo? Yeah, let's say they would be if you were offering that service to them, they'd be there in the room with you. No question about that. Yeah, Lee. I mean, there's people on here that know a lot more about remote healing and the protocols than we do. We've created the equipment, and we obviously have an understanding. But there's people like Lee that obviously has been working in this area. And she says, my understanding, it was ancestors, you would ask their higher self and use muscle testing for the results. Yeah, muscle testing or dosing. Yes, Carolyn, I believe that you are right, that we're healing. When we heal, we're healing all our ancestors and those going before us. We carry their trauma, that's known as miasma. So if it wasn't healed in their lifetime, we're born with it, and that becomes our challenge to heal it. And yes, when we really heal something, we really heal an issue right up the family line. I think it's like the sins of the fathers. I think it was referring to this process, and I think it's like 7 generations. I may be wrong about that, but that's what my understanding. Okay, so I'm moving away from the questions box into the chat box now and see if there's anything here that we missed. There's lots of information here. We're going to sit. So I'm just going to pause there briefly. I noticed we've lost some people. I'm just going to, for those of you that I tried to share that. Just bear with me a second. I'm just going to share a screen again. So some people wanting to go to bed or go back to bed that are over in the States. So just to before we will keep going and answer all your questions. So just to reiterate, there's a 20% discount voucher. As soon as you get out of this webinar, you should get an email with that information on, or you can download it from the app section. There's some music as well. Let's see whether okay, that music hasn't gone, but you'll get a link. You'll get the link to the music in that email, and that code is valid for 1 month. You can buy a QSB and the Wave together. You'll get an upgrade package as well included in that. If you buy it, you can buy a QSB Wave on its own, and you will be included in the forum and the newsletters. So those options are all available on that page. And if you go to our product page, you'll see it on there as well. So, okay, so I'm going back now to...
Can we just go to the chats, please, first?
Okay, going over to chats.
Because there was a nice comment right at that had just come in from Di. I love your work. You're such a gift for the world. I've just purchased using your generous discount. May have much success in getting this out to the world. I will certainly play my part in telling as many people as I can about your newest product. Thank you. If you're still with us, Di, you might not be now, but thank you.
Bless you for that.
Yeah, this is
because
how it works for us.
Yeah, we feel like you're our family. If you're buying our products and benefiting from them, then you're connected to us. You're quantum entangled with us. So yeah, bless you. So
sorry, back to the chats.
We're just going through the chats now, and I'm going to go backwards. So Lee says thanks Lee for coming.
Yeah.
You're simply the best. There's a song with that title. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Christina missed the first part. Yes, you join, sign up and join the Sunday one, no problem.
Yeah.
Or you can watch the replay. There's two options. Oh, Lisa, lovely words. Thank you for that, Lisa. Hellos. What was the 639 frequency for? My brain is addled, but
639.
We've got a page on the solfeggio frequencies. If you go on the connections and relationships.
I'm back.
Will you elaborate on healing ancestors in next webinar? Provide more info via an email. Thanks for this astounding gift of healing. Excited to start sharing. Bettina, thanks, Bettina. Yes, we're going to be sharing. We'll have opportunities where we can get together. People that want to really work with us, remote heal or add this to their practice. We're going to have. We've spent a lot of money on this software, this webinar software. So it means that we want to, but it means that we're in extra inspiration to connect with you regularly. So if you want to help us help other people heal, get this out there, then we're going to want to support you. So we can have get-togethers and we can have chats and answer questions. So that all that is going to be coming down the line.
Tracy's done remote energy healing with Zoom, so thanks for letting us know that, Tracy, because this is how we get to know about things, is through you.
Yeah, because
so please keep in touch. All of you keep in touch.
There's people on this webinar that got some great knowledge, and we will be pulling that knowledge in to help us take the QSB Wave forward. So speaking my language, infinite health. Thank you so much for sharing the wonderful work. This is wonderful and exciting. Such perfect timing for the planet. We believe it is perfect timing. And thanks for those words. Oh, look, Joanne says I look better than Arnie. We both look great.
Yeah, he wasn't going to include me.
No.
He was basking in it. Well, I'm included.
So
thanks, Joanne.
So you look better than Arnie as well.
Oh, never thought of that. Do I?
Tracy says our cells emit a type of infrared energy. This would be captured when the picture is taken. This wise person can be seen in a dark room when the infrared camera is used. There you go, Tracy, so that you've provided some more information about the photographs. See, that's what I'm talking about. All that information, knowledge is out there, and we can pull it in and share it.
Thanks, Tracy.
So Sue's asking, to treat someone remotely, use a photo and also have hair or nail samples beside the wave. Is that right? Yes. So you'd have their baby photo or a baby photo of a relative and use their current nail clippings. But if you're interested in that, Sue, we're going to have as I said, we're going to have a webinar just talking about that and provide. Elizabeth's created a lot of forms that we can share so that you can use them if you want to. So we'll be making videos and what have you, and we'll get some feedback for what you need to help us, for us to help you rather. So Elizabeth says 1.5 hours each time. So that's what Elizabeth has got for how long you want to treat yourself. So I would say that I would go with that. You might get a different result if you'd ask for yourself, but an hour and a half, according to Elizabeth. Gail, many thanks. Many thanks to you, Gail.
Many thanks for joining us, Gail, and I hope all's good with you.
I'll wait for the email, Vicky, but thanks. We'll get photos from my DNA altered parents in Germany. Can't wait to give it a go remotely. That's great, Tatiana. I've got GPT chat, question and poll, but no apps. Okay. I don't know what's happened there, but the webinar software should send you out that links to that music and the code, but we'll send out another email just to make sure. So don't worry about that.
And any problems, just get.
Well, I can put it in here. I can put it in. I can put it in the chat. It's the code for your 20% is Wave Rider. Wave Rider. Put that in, and you get 20%. Yeah.
But please don't share it because it's just for you.
Yeah,
guys.
it was for you.
Yeah.
And as a thank you for coming on this webinar and being part of this momentous occasion. Mandana, thank you so much for amazing, informative webinar. Great answers and such exciting new device you created. So very grateful for all you created over the years. Can't wait to try it out and let you know. Thank you both. Thank you very much, Mandana, for sharing that.
Yeah. You missed Melinda.
Can we use it for Mother Earth? Why not? I mean, love doesn't get wasted if you have that intent. I don't know where you get the baby pictures from. Yeah.
Just a picture.
Just a picture.
Beautiful picture, eh?
Yeah, and your intent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why not?
You're flicking about. He's flicking about a bit here.
I'm good.
You're missing people. You're missing people. Look. There, look, Karen.
We're amazing. Thanks. We think you're amazing too. So these are. So Karen says thanks, DNM.
Yeah.
Christian, yes, it's perfect timing with the synchronicity. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa. This is looking great. I'm looking forward to using this tape. Tracy, thank you. Yes. When we're looking forward to receiving your feedback. I say we're early days. You are pioneers.
Yeah.
And you know we're relying on a lot on the trust relationship that you have with us. A lot of people would see this webinar and go, "What?" But if you don't have the trust relationship as we've built up with you guys, I'm sure it would be a hard sell. But I mean, for you guys to try it, use it, start healing yourselves, healing other people, and getting that information, that feedback back to us, then it's going to help grow it. And people that don't have that trust relationship with us yet can be encouraged to try it for themselves.
So Gail says the webinar was fabulously easy to log in. So
thanks for that feedback.
Because David's been stressing a bit about the software.
Yeah,
and
new car. I'm not sure how it drives yet, so we did get bumped off it. I don't know that was whose fault that was, but
I kicked something underneath the desk.
Yeah. So Melinda, okay.
Kate says thank you so much.
Philippa is looking forward to receiving the wave and integrating into my work and sharing the opportunity for healing. Well, that's great, Philippa.
Thanks,
Lovely to hear that. Will the transcript be available? I don't know whether the software makes a transcript, but I think we might be able to do something. Leave that with us, Elizabeth. We'll talk about that.
Elizabeth wants to read it without seeing our faces, eh?
That's right. Oh, Gail, thank you so much for your kind words, Gail. Both amazing, special to us. Thank you for all that you've created for the world. Thank you, Gail, for being part of our family.
And for a long time, Gail.
Heartfelt blessing from Christine. Heartfelt blessings to you as well. Melinda, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Linda, thank you so very much from Lee. Thank you. So much appreciation.
Yeah, we read that one.
We read that one. Okay. Okay.
Oh, there's one look from Joe. Oh.
That's where the chat button. Okay. I'll have one more go at
Is it the left?
Yeah. If you can't download the files, I've given you the discount code. But as I say, we'll those will be sent to you by email. So some people are dropping off now.
No.
We're starting to run out of steam. Oh, the transcript is there. Marsha's saying the transcript is there. Okay.
Oh. You can down. Yeah.
So I don't know about that, but thank you, Bettina. God bless you as well.
Yes. And Cassandra, thanks.
Well, thank you, Cassandra, for your lovely words.
It's very humbling.
So Joanne was able to download the transcript. Okay. Yes, it's in the apps. It's there, but I tried to copy it with no success. So we'll work that out with you, Elizabeth. Don't worry. So yeah, thanks for all your thanks and kind words. If I've missed out reading your comments, please accept my apologies. It's scrolling now. Marsha Jobs, what about an old map of the Earth? Yes, maybe.
That'd be great. And Lisa, I found the webinar super simple and easy to navigate to. I'm on Mac, so that's great to know.
Vicky Rogers, worn our necklace for was 20 years. We trust you.
Oh,
that's
thanks,
good.
Vicky.
Thanks for that trust.
We still can't believe we've got here, can we really?
No.
We've only just said that today. It's just been an incredible journey. And we go, well, is it real? Because it's, like David said, it's not us. It just comes through us. And I must say that I feel very privileged to be part of it, as David is the one that actually gets the information of the product and develops it and all that.
I think part of that is I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm interested in everything. What's the term? Master of none. How's the phrase go?
I don't know, but don't go there, because it's a bone of contention, sometimes starting, never finishing.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially the dishwasher.
Anna said, thank you, phenomenal presentation. Thank you. Anna Fullerton, a painting of Adam and Eve in the garden. Why not? It would certainly represent the intent.
Yeah.
Maybe old pictures of higher water levels in lakes. Maybe, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Wait. Oh, the app button has just appeared in the bottom of my screen. Vicky. Hey, magic. If you can't sit around for that time, send to yourself. I'm not sure what you mean there, Elizabeth. But
well, Elizabeth's talking about an hour and a half.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that you could send it remotely, because I know that Elizabeth does remote healing.
Yes,
as well.
Now I know what you're talking about, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yes, you could give yourself remote healing. Yes. Okay, so there's Jack of all trades, master of none. That's the phrase I was looking. My brain is getting tired now. So I know a bit about electronics, but I'm not an expert. I know a bit.
Don't undersell yourself. David always undersells himself.
I'm the right guy for the job.
Exactly. You were chosen. We were chosen, and we don't know why, but we're very humble and grateful. And
yeah. Yes, I remember that, Carolyn. Yes, we remember those early days. Yes.
Oh yeah, Carolyn.
Yeah. Lovely.
We've had many a cup of coffee together, aren't we, in those early days?
Yeah.
We'll have to do it again.
Thanks for being part of this, Carolyn. We make a great team. Yes, we do.
I'm the boss.
Yeah, she thinks she's the boss anyway. Joanne, good night. Joanne, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Great. QSB has worked great for me, so have faith in the wave will be awesome. Yes, it is awesome. Can't find the wave on the website. I'm dying, Vicky Rogers, to know how much it costs. Lol.
What was so?
Have I gonna put the link in here? The link will be. I don't know if that link will work. Yes, yeah. So you can click on that link. That will take you to the product page. Downloads of the transcripts didn't work. I will see whether I can sort out a transcript and send it out to you guys. Philippa, thank you, Philippa, for those kind words. Tracy, as you've been with us since the old negators with the marbles on the top.
Oh wow!
Let's go back a bit now. So Bernadette, yes, you're looking forward to adding to this your modality a whole new dimension. Yes, it will, and we're right there beside you, Bernadette. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Anna. Thanks for being here with us, and thanks for your kind words.
And thanks for being with us for all these years as well.
Okay, I am starting to fade. If I have overlooked your question or comment, I apologize. We've done our best, and I hope you've enjoyed what we've shared, and I hope you now share our excitement about the QSB Wave. And we'll bid you good night, good morning, good day, depending where you are. I know some people have really appreciate the people that have stayed up late or got up early and to join this. So sending you all our love, and we look forward to connecting again with you soon.
Yeah, please stay in touch with us because you're our lifeblood.
Yeah. Okay, last few. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Bye for now. See you soon.
Okay, it's not switching off.
It's a good job.
We want to go to bed, but I'm clicking the button that says end the event, and it doesn't want me to. It doesn't want us to go.
I'm just going to go and get my night clothes on and me hot drink, okay, and then I'll come back see if you're still here.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.